Alright folks, this is Sultan and I have a very interesting story to share with you. Well, actually it's a question and I'm going to leave it with you to work out the answer. The question is, how heavily are British institutions infiltrated by Islamists? When Swella Braverman told us that the Met Police has a two-tiered policing system, one for Islamists, which is very soft, and one for the natives, which is very harsh, that did not surprise us, but it was a big deal given that it was coming from a sitting minister. So it's quite clear now. I think everyone knows that the Met Police is heavily infiltrated by Islamists. I remember during one of these pro-Palestine protests, some Muslims gathered up and they were glorifying jihad and they were saying everyone should start jihad. They were a bit vague, so a lot of people noticed, people like us who are aware of what jihad actually means, people did the right thing. People reported it to the Met Police. And you know what the Met Police said? They came back and they said, well, we have consulted with our experts, who are obviously your Abduls and Muhammads and Mujibs. And they said, well, they're just talking about jihad as inner struggle. Yes, jihad becomes inner struggle when they get caught, but jihad becomes a violent struggle when they actually go ahead with their plans. So anyway, so we were like, all right, Met, okay, we believe you. So the Met Police is a goner. But what other institutes are infiltrated by Islamists and how heavily infiltrated are they? Let me think. Oh yeah, what about the NHS? Remember this guy? This guy blew his cover when he appeared on Piers Morgan's show and he openly supported Hamas. He called them freedom fighters. The 7th of October terrorist attack, he referred to it as a, let me quote, punch on the nose of Israel. And surprise, surprise, he was also the head of now proscribed Islamist organization called the Muslim Brotherhood. The same organization that's been banned in Egypt, Germany, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and a host of other countries. So the NHS is gone, the Met Police is gone, and obviously you have some people in the government as well who are protecting these people. So who else? Surely, Harris, that's it. No. The rot goes all the way to the top. What about the National Railway Network? Yes, look at this. This screen is supposed to show you the train timetable. But some Abdul, who works for the National Railway Network, decided to show his Islamic supremacy because these guys, they get excited way too soon. This is what I'm saying. They play their cards way too soon. They get excited. They think, yes, this is the time when we're going to get some divine help from God. So they go all guns blazing prematurely. They're doing that now. They make up 6 to 7% of the British population. So they think they have enough numbers to start intimidating the locals, just like they're starting to harass the locals from eating during the month of Ramadan. You keep giving them an inch, they keep taking a mile. Anyway, so this Abdul also decided to show one of the quotes of Muhammad. I wonder why they don't show quotes like these where Muhammad is condoning sex slavery or sex with children, or how a pole will be inserted in the buttocks of the unbelievers on the day of judgment. Or like this one, my favorite one. A person who doesn't wake up in the morning to pray, Satan urinates in his ear as punishment. Yes, the Prophet said that. But they don't show these embarrassing hadiths. They just show these wishy-washy hadiths. But anyway, the point is, either some blue-haired wokey decided to put up prayer times and Prophet Muhammad's quote, or some Abdul thought that, let me do this. My boss is not watching. What's going to happen? I will claim Islamophobia and racism if they try to reprimand me. So let me do this. So they put it up on a screen at the King Cross station. Okay, so the NHS is gone. The Met Police is gone. The National Railway Network is gone. What else? Are you ready for this? I'm going to tell you. Now, this is the most critical one. It actually reminds me of a frequently narrated urban legend regarding Winston Churchill. As the legend goes, during World War II, a reporter asked Winston Churchill, "Sir, is the UK open for business?" Winston Churchill asks one of his aides, "Are our courts delivering justice?" "Yes, sir, they are." To which Winston Churchill replies, "Then the UK is open for business." I mean, that was a horrible impression, but, I'm a bit out of practice. I hope you understand where I'm going with this. I'm going to explain that to you, but before we go further, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to support my channel, then you can be my patron by going to patreon.com/Harris Sultan, or you can simply buy me a coffee. So let's get to today's video. So just a quick recap. The Met Police is compromised, the NHS is compromised, the National Railway Network is compromised, and now even the justice system is compromised. How so, Harris? That's a pretty big accusation. I'm going to prove it to you. So, as you guys know, our world changed after October 7 terrorist attacks, and the mask of a lot of these so-called integrated people fell off. We saw how so many people came out in support of Hamas's terrorists. Even back in 2001, people were not supporting OBL. People were denying. People were saying, no, OBL didn't do it. This is a grand conspiracy of the West and the CIA, etc. But they were not owning them. Low-key, they did have their sympathies with Osama bin Laden and the Taliban, but they did not own them publicly. But now, Islamists, along with blue-haired wokies, they actually proudly own Hamas's terrorists. Remember immediately after the October 7 terrorist attacks, people were wearing paragliders as symbols of resistance. The BLM used it, and we started seeing some protests. Before even Israel had retaliated, people had started coming out in favor of Hamas's terrorists. They had stickers of paragliders, and they were celebrating them as though they were some resistance fighters. So on 14th of October, just 7 days after the horrific Hamas's terrorist attacks on Israel, which killed nearly 1,200 Israelis, a woman by the name of Hiba al-Hayyak, who was already apparently a victim of Hamas, but immediately after October 7 terrorist attack, 7 days after, she joins a protest wearing these stickers of paragliders and celebrating them. So somebody took a photo and made a complaint against her to the Met Police. The Met Police charged her, and she was presented before a magistrate. But the magistrate instead just gave her a 12-month conditional discharge. And he said, let me quote, "The women weren't seeking to show any support for Hamas." So he basically said, well, that doesn't mean that they were showing any support to Hamas. Yes, people of Gaza are known for paragliders, yeah? That's why she was wearing paraglider stickers on her t-shirts, because Gazans are known for it. It's like immediately after 9/11, you just start wearing t-shirts with aeroplanes. Wouldn't that be a provocation? I think Israelis, I mean, I really feel bad for Israelis and Jews in general, because they are the most maligned people, and everyone feels like it's just okay to insult them. It's just okay. Just do it. Anti-Semitism is so institutionalized that even before this conflict, even I used to think that maybe Jews weaponize it, maybe Jews make more noise than they should regarding anti-Semitism. But I know for a fact now, people hold these terrible views towards Jews as people subconsciously. Even they don't know that. This is how bad it is. But anyway, let's just talk about this judge. So why would the judge say it? Guess the name of the judge. Ikram. That's a Muslim name, those of you who don't know, and sounds like a Pakistani Muslim name. How could the judge just let this woman go? So some citizens did a bit of research on him, and apparently he had liked a post which was saying that Israel is a terrorist state on social media. Of course, if you're expecting a Muslim, again, hashtag not all, but if you're expecting a Muslim to be fair when it comes to dealing with Jews, you're a fool. Of course, his inherent anti-Semitism is gonna cloud his judgment, and that's exactly what happened. So anyway, so that judge is now under investigation. But imagine if he hadn't liked that post, or imagine if nobody had noticed that he had liked a post. What would have happened then? Nothing. It would have been business as usual. You can keep insulting Jewish people, you can keep glorifying terrorist acts against them, and nothing will happen, because British institutes are so heavily infiltrated by Islamists that it has reached a critical point. It's not just the NHS, it's not just the Met Police, it's not just the National Railway Network, but also your judiciary. You know how critical that is in maintaining order in society? How can you take anyone seriously that is coming from a Muslim majority country? So I think this woman is probably going to be deported now, but we don't know anything yet. But it's just ironic that this woman was fleeing Hamas, but a week after Hamas's terrorist act, she was celebrating them. This is why I wonder those people we have allowed in from Afghanistan because Afghanistan fell to the Taliban. How many of them are Taliban? How many of those people are actually sympathetic to the Taliban? I don't know. It's a mess. We need radical solutions. So I hope you liked today's video. If you'd like me to continue making awesome videos like these, then you can be my patron by going to patreon.com/Sultan, or you can simply buy me a coffee. Until next time, ta-da. If you'd like to support my work, you can become my patron by going to patreon.com/Sultan, or you can simply buy me a coffee.